Yeah, guys, welcome back to King Oles. And yes, we're now here for Virgil Ortiz versus Fredrick Lawson, live fight night watch along. Yeah, this is an interesting one. We're about to get started with, I'd say, probably the people's main event, O'Hara Davis versus Ismael Barroso. Look, this is an exciting one, to be honest with you. I mean, O'Hara Davis. Been waiting a long time for this shot. To be honest with you, and he's getting a big one for the interim championship here tonight, which is going to be an interesting one against a 40-year-old Barroso. But let's be real, he did get robbed in his last one against Rolly Barroso. O'Hara Davis has been proving himself quite a lot, especially since, those two losses to Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall. He's been coming back up improving himself. And he is on a decent run at the moment. O'Hara Davis doing a good job. So, yeah, he's certainly a good fighter to keep your eye on, in my opinion. I think this is a great fight as well. I think this is a great fight, and there's basically a guaranteed knockout in this one. I think, honestly, it's going to be a real good big fireworks one. This one, O'Hara Davis and Barroso. Here we go. We're about to be getting underway with round one now. Certainly a very, very, very interesting fight we've got here then. Okay, here we go. We're about to be getting underway. O'Hara Davis and Ismael Barroso. Here we go. Right then. Should be getting underway. Here we go. We're underway with round one. Davies and Barroso. Here we go. Yeah, O'Hara coming out well on the front foot. Good lead took there by O'Hara Davies. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, to be honest with you. I mean, Barroso is a really tough test. We saw what he was. Oh, good shot there by Barroso. He caught him he caught O'Hara when he was coming in. It's going to be a real interesting technical one, in my opinion. Both will be trying to catch each other off guard this whole fight. I feel like. Yeah, O'Hara trying to cut the ring off at the moment. Just trying to flick out the lead hand a little bit, but not really throwing out a jab. Davis. Barroso hurts him early, rocks him. And O'Hara Davies is down in the first round already. He gets caught when he's going in there with a big shot. O'Hara, and Barroso catches him with a big shot. Oh, he's really wobbly here. This could be over in the first round. Oh, O'Hara's on wobbly legs. He's down again for the second time in the fight. And it's in the first round. It's gonna be here in the first round. He's on ridiculously wobbly legs. Barroso is gonna get him out of it. It's over. The referee stopped it. Barroso wins in the very first round. Good big power in his hands, and wow. O'Hara Davis was a fairly big favorite coming into this one here as well. And just gets absolutely destroyed in the first round by Barroso. Wow, fair play to him. Fair play, and yeah, it looks like he's going to be chasing for that rematch with Rolly now. And yeah, Barroso wins in the first round. You can tell O'Hara got caught with a big one, a big lead to it when he was coming in, and then eventually gets caught with a big one that drops him, and then he's on wobbly legs, and Barroso drops him again and wins in the first round. Good stuff for him. I mean, He needed that, especially after getting robbed last time, to be honest with you. But yeah, did not expect it to go down that early, though. Ahara Davies looks gutted on the stall. Yeah, wow, you've got a feel for Ahara Davies there. That's not good for him at all. Not good for him at all. But yeah, massive result for Barroso's, though. Big respect to Barroso's. Big stuff there from him. Yeah, wow. Wow. Barroso wins in the first round. Yeah, I honestly, wasn't expecting that in the first round. You know, that lead took of Barroso is fantastic, to be honest with you. That lead took, they follows it up again. Yeah, he's following it up when he had O'Hara rocked. Yeah, some big shots, and the fall that Ahara Davies took was a big one as well. Wow. Yeah, some big shots that Barroso was throwing with full intention. To be honest with you, full intention. He was throwing his shots with from the very off. Yeah, you need to give Barroso some massive credit there, winning the first round. And yeah, that's all she wrote. That's it. Wow. But yeah, could you say it's the correct decision to waive it off? Probably because, you know, O'Hara was not winning that fight. If that continued, then he was getting knocked spark out in that first round anyway. There was still like a minute and 20 seconds left. But yeah, who would have thought first round for Barroso? Yeah, who would have thought first round? Honestly. Yeah, I think that, you know, that is a shock. And, you know, Barroso, you know, I I always did think coming into this fight that the odds of, you know, Barroso being that big of an underdog was unfair. It didn't really reflect at all. Him being that far of that big of an underdog coming into this fight, Barroso. I thought he'd lose, but you know, again, never counted him out, and that's why you shouldn't. That's a massive performance there, and he deserves that Rolly rematch. Deserves that Rolly rematch 100%. I don't know what's going on with it because apparently Rolly wants to fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's now said he wants to fight Rolly, but Barroso's the interim WBO champion. So, you know, I guess you need to make that fight. You need to make that rematch. But yeah, you need to give Barroso some big credit. You know, he came out with a big performance after getting robbed badly in his last one. And then he comes back like that. Big credit to Barroso. Needed a needed a performance like that. I didn't think he'd get a performance like that, but yeah, he certainly got something that he needed there. That's a big, massive win and big performance by Barroso. Still showing power, 40 years of age, Ismael Barroso. 40 years of age and still on top. Big respect to the guy. Big respect to the guy. Gutted for O'Hara Davies, though. Especially, you know, the fight ending like that as well. Especially the fight ending like that. But yeah, like, can't take anything away from Barroso. That was fantastic stuff by him in that first round. Fair play to him. Fair bloody play. But yeah, give him that Rolly rematch next. He deserves that Rolly rematch next. Give him that fight. Give Barroso that rematch next with Rolly. You know, like Ryan Garcia. I feel like I don't know. Like apparently he's not making that fight with Devin Haney as of now, which I feel like it's a wise decision. He wouldn't beat Devin Haney. So, but where does this put Ryan Garcia now? Because Barroso is really deserving of a rematch after getting robbed. And honestly, if Barroso can, oh wait, is that Rowley? That's Rowley there at ringside. Him and Barroso having a bit of a moment there. Are we getting that rematch on? Are we getting that rematch on? Because that's exactly what should be happening. We should be seeing that rematch between Rowley and Barroso. But yeah, that's what we should see. That's what we should most likely be seeing happen next. But yeah, what happens now with O'Hara Davies now? Where does he go from here? After that, like, brutal first round defeat there. Brutal defeat there. You couldn't even get up for the decision. Yeah, that's a massive performance by Barroso. Like O'Hara, the impact he took when he hit the canvas as well, both times was massive. I mean, yeah, wow, like Barroso's, wobbling O'Hara Davies with that first big lead hook that he landed. Yeah, unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff, to be honest. Honestly, wow. Shocked at that. Very shocked at that. Um, yeah, anyway, main event time. Virgil Ortiz making his return against Fredrick Lawson. Yeah, I mean Virgil Ortiz Jr. Very interesting one. Obviously, he's had to take some time out due to he's had to postpone quite a few of his fights due to injuries and due to illnesses and stuff, which has been very unfortunate. It's out of Virgil Ortiz's it's out of his hands as well. It's unfortunate that he's getting, all these illnesses and these injuries and stuff. It is unfortunate. It's out of his hands, but hopefully we do get to see him consistently back in the ring again, though, Virgil Ortiz, because he's a very entertaining fighter to watch. But I feel like, obviously it's not his fault, as I've been saying, but after taking so much of this time off, people are starting to lose. I feel like people are starting to kind of lose a bit of interest in Virgil Ortiz. Like, honestly, the real reason I'm up for this, for this event was actually because of that co-main event, Barroso and um, O'Hara Davies. Yeah, like, can't miss it though. Like, Virgil Ortiz is a very entertaining fighter. It's just that you kind of just lose interest in the name a bit of Virgil Ortiz due to him being out for quite a while. Like, I don't think he fought last year. I think we last saw him in 2022. And that was against Michael McKingston. He got him out of there, I believe, around 9. What? They've locked me out of Twitter. Wait, wait. Anyway, I can't even be asked figuring that out. But yeah, Virgil Ortiz and Lawson about to be getting on the way. Should be getting on the way fairly soon. I'm gonna stick out a quick poll. If you guys got, let's do a prediction. Ortiz Junior or Lawson. Okay. Okay then. Right. So we should be getting underway with the main event very shortly. We should be, hopefully. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I think. I think Ortiz should be able to get an early stoppage here, in my opinion. I do think Ortiz should be able to get an early stoppage. I think. Obviously, Lawson, I believe he's been knocked out in all of his defeats so far. Well, let me quickly have a look at the box recs again for both guys. Let's have a look at Virgil Ortiz Jr. first. Let's have a look. Oh, I know. So Okay, Virgil Ortiz Jr. Okay, so yeah, he hasn't fought since 2022. So he took the whole of 2023 out. Ortiz Jr. took all of 2023 out, and he's now back today, of course, early 2024. Yeah, so in his last fights, he hasn't got an awful, he hasn't got a bad record. He's beaten some decent names, like McKinston in his recent one, was winning every round on the majority on two of the cards before. Then he fought Cavalisticus, got him out of there. He fought Maurice Hooker, that's a good win. Samuel Vargas, he got the win over him. Brad Sullivan. Yeah, like you've got some good names here on this on his record. Virgil Ortiz. He's got some good solid names on the record. He's got Orzico. I think that's the guy that Conor Ben fought? No, but yeah, but Virgil Ortiz in his last five or so fights, he's got some good names on his record. Virgil Ortiz, he has, but we just need him to be more active. Obviously, it's been out of his hands for why he hasn't been. 18 knockouts out of his weight. Is it 18 knockouts out of his? Oh, sorry, 19 knockouts out of his 19 wins for Virgil Ortiz. And they've been all inside 9 rounds. All inside 9 rounds. So, he's a real dangerous big power puncher, Virgil Ortiz. Okay, let's have a look at Fredrick Lawson. So, Fredrick Lawson is 30 wins, 3 defeats. He's got 22 knockouts out of his 30 wins, and he's been knocked out 3 times out of 3 defeats. Fredrick Lawson. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm looking at his record here for the guys that he's been up against. So, in his last one, he beat a 16-1 guy, Fredrick Lawson, in his last fight via unanimous decision. Then he got a win over someone who's 16-11. Then he lost to Charles Hatley, who is 29-2. Okay. But before that, he beat someone who's 27 wins, 35 losses, 2 draws. And then he lost to someone who's 22-4. Beat someone 13-1. Then beat someone 38-14. Beat someone 19-2. Lost to someone who's 24-2. Okay, so he's got his record. He's got a padded record, Fredrick Lawson. He has got a padded record. He's got 30 wins, and he's got a massively padded record. To be honest, Virgil Ortiz should be running right through this guy, in my opinion. He should be. I have not seen too much of Fredrick Lawson coming to his fight. To be honest, I have not even really looked at his highlights at all. Not gonna lie, but yeah, it's a fight that I expect to see Virgil Ortiz get the win. I expect him to win around 5 or 6. To be honest with you, Virgil Ortiz. I expect to see a quick night's work from Virgil tonight. Hopefully, I want to see a good performance from Ortiz. I really do want to see a good performance from him. It'll be good to see him back in the mix. He's a really entertaining fighter to watch. I feel like so. I want to see him back in that mix. We need to see a good performance by him tonight. And I'm sure we will. I don't really see Ortiz going the distance with this guy. Ortiz has never even gone the distance. So, yeah, if this fight's not done in 6 rounds, I'll be very surprised. I'll be very surprised if Virgil Ortiz doesn't go out there in 6. Continue with just comment. Thank you. Don't know why Chris Junior just popped up on my page. I want to have a quick look at Virgil Ortiz's amateur record. Okay, Virgil Ortiz, amateur. Okay, so in the amateurs, Virgil Ortiz was 14-6. Okay. He lost. Oh, I didn't know he lost to Fredrick Lawson in the amateurs. He lost to the split decision. He lost to Ryan Garcia. I like Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs. It's actually been there with Richardson Hitchens. He's been in there with Frank Martin. He lost to Ryan Garcia. Lost to Victor Morales. He's been there with Ryan Garcia twice. Yeah, he's yeah. Okay. Right, we're going to be on the way very shortly. We should be. They're stalling massively. They are stalling massively. Yeah, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Main event we should be getting on the way with soon. Make sure you guys stay in the poll. Who have you guys got? Virgil Ortiz Jr. or Fredrick Lawson? But yeah, looks like we're getting on the way now. Yeah, I think both guys are about to be making their ring walks. Both guys are about to make their ring walks. But yeah, Ortiz Jr. should be winning this fight inside 6. Honestly, I do. He did box really well against McKinston before the stoppage. Ortiz. He was boxing really well. He always does box well, Virgil Ortiz, and he's very, 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 very good at being able to break you down, and then he's able to get you out of there. He's very entertaining to watch. He's very entertaining to watch, Virgil Ortiz Jr. So yeah, look, I am looking forward to seeing this fight. I am looking forward to seeing what Virgil Ortiz can do back in his return fight. He should be making easy work out of this guy. He should be making easy work out of this guy. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens in this one. It's an interesting one. It is. Okay, so here we go. Oh no, what are they doing? We're not getting underway with this. Okay, they said we're getting underway in just a few moments. Getting underway with it in just a few moments. Okay. Oh yeah, so obviously, Golden Boy at the moment. Golden Boy have got a good Golden Boy have got, I think, have they got a decent schedule out at the moment? Golden Boy boxing. Let me have a look at if they have oh wait, okay, they do have a website. Events. Okay. Okay. Now, so after this, they just got Mongolia versus John Ryder. That's in a few weeks' time. That's not too long away at all. Looking forward to that John Ryder fight. Yeah, I'm looking for a big performance from hopefully we see from Virgil Ortiz tonight. Hopefully, we are able to see a good performance from him, and he can put himself back in that mix. Because yeah, let's be real, it's a shame that it's a shame we haven't really been seeing too much with him. He's coming up as an absolutely massive, massive star. And then obviously, his illnesses and his injuries kind of cost him a little bit of star power, in my opinion. He's still a young guy, though. He is still a young guy, Virgil Ortiz. How old is he? What's his exact age? He's 25? 25, yeah. He's 25. Yeah, guys, make sure you keep getting your votes on in the poll. We've got 4 votes so far. All 4 to Virgil Ortiz Jr. So 100% of the vote to Ortiz. Oh, whatever. I just clicked off bloody DAZN. But yes, I'm guessing we will be underway with the main event in about 4 minutes time. You know, Virgil Ortiz and Lawson will be making their ring walks very, very shortly. Yeah, they're just wrapping their hands currently. Virgil Ortiz still. One is that even live though? Well, no, they're wrapping the gloves. They're not wrapping his hands. Sorry, they're wrapping the gloves. So 12 rounds, middleweight division as well. Actually, I forgot that Ortiz moved up to middleweight. There were some interesting fights for him. There are some interesting fights for him out at middleweight. Hang on. So, middleweight. Let's have a look at the rankings. Middleweight boxing rankings. Rankings. Thank you. Right, here we go. Continue. Oh my god, this is so. Okay, so yeah, middleweight's a real interesting one at the moment. To be honest with you, middleweight is a really interesting one. Oh my god, go away. Obviously, yeah, Virgil Ortiz wasn't able to make 147. He was struggling in the end. Uh, yeah, he was struggling in the end to make 147. So 154 he's at now. So so middleweight is going to be. It's looking like it's going to be the division that Virgil Ortiz is going to be sticking around as he can't no longer make he can't make super welterweights anymore. So yeah, he's going to be sticking around in the middleweight division. What fights are there for him if he wins? Which he should do. I'm looking at the rankings here. Obviously, Virgil Ortiz isn't in any of the rankings. I don't know because he hasn't officially fought yet at middleweight. I'm trying to look for some interesting fights for him that could make sense. Let's have a look. So that's welterweight. I think a good fight for Virgil Ortiz up at middleweight that could actually make sense. But there are just so many which I just don't really think fully make sense for Virgil Ortiz up in middleweight. If there's like people in the chat, say who you think could be a good fight for Virgil Ortiz Jr. with a win over Lawson tonight. Who do you guys think Virgil Ortiz could match up against next in the middleweight division? I mean, just I don't middleweight hasn't really got too much star power to be fair. Apart from you've got like Jamal Charlo and Yanni there, it hasn't got it. It hasn't really got a lot of star power. I mean, yeah, you got Chris Eubank Jr. in there. I don't ever see Virgil Ortiz fighting him though. It just doesn't make sense. No. Okay, anyway, we're gonna be about to be getting underway. While they're doing that, I'm just trying to think, look at opponents that make sense at middleweight for Virgil Ortiz. I Ammo Williams. Again, I'd like to see the fight, but I don't think it's a very realistic one. I don't see that happening. Like, what could be next after win today? Anyway, here we go. Ring walks are about to happen. Lawson. One. Okay. Here comes Fredrick Lawson then on his way to the ring. Here we go then. Here we go. Like, what fight makes sense for Virgil Ortiz up at middleweight? I just don't know. They just haven't. I just don't think they've got the most amazing names up at middleweight. Liam Smith, like that's not a fight that I ever think I will see for Virgil Ortiz. Shane Mosley Jr. Aaliyah Garcia. That's actually one that could happen. Actually, that's actually one that could actually happen. Aaliyah Garcia and Virgil Ortiz. Anyway, here we go. Virgil Ortiz now making his way to the ring. Here we go. Virgil Ortiz back for the first time since 2022. He's now back here. The first big fight night of 2024. Virgil Ortiz is headlining against Fredrick Lawson here tonight. Virgil Ortiz now in the ring, ready, looking really, really calm, composed. Looking ready to go, Virgil Ortiz. Looking very, very ready to go. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in this one. Yeah, hopefully we see a good performance from him. Hopefully we get to see a good, solid performance from Virgil Ortiz in this one tonight. Because yeah, like I feel like we need someone like him in the mix up at middleweight. Middleweight, as I've just been saying for the last couple of minutes, hasn't exactly got the best of like star power in that division. So I feel like we need a Virgil Ortiz, and like we need to see a good, solid performance from him here tonight in this fight. His middleweight debut for Virgil Ortiz. Okay. Right, guys, get your final predictions in. Virgil Ortiz and Fredrick Lawson. We currently got 7 votes on the poll. All 100% go to Virgil Ortiz Jr. Yeah, both guys in the ring just getting announced now. Then we should be on the way. Should be getting on the way in the next couple of minutes or so. But yes, here we go then. Yeah, guys, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And of course, Miller, if you could. There we go. Fredrick Lawson, obviously 30 wins, 22 knockouts, 3 defeats, and obviously for Virgil Ortiz, 19 wins, 19 knockouts, and 0 defeats. Perfect record. Yeah, completely perfect record for Virgil Ortiz Jr. But yeah, yeah. Look, early knockout. I'm predicting for Virgil Ortiz. Early knockout win. He should win this one early. Should win this early. 100% he should. Let's go, Virgil. Okay. Okay, both guys Now, being given their instructions as we're now about to be getting underway. Here we go then. We're now about to be getting underway with round one. Ortiz Jr. versus Fredrick Lawson. Here we go. It's going to be interesting. Will we see any ring rust here from Ortiz Jr.? Anyway, here we go. Round one, we're underway. Yeah, we go. Lawson there coming in with those jabs to the body there. Ortiz getting a quick double jab through up top. Ortiz there with a good jab. Getting out of range well there when Lawson's trying to come in. Yeah, will we see a bit of a slow start from Ortiz? Is he going to try and get a few rounds in before, a bit of a late stoppage here or something? Could it be a late stoppage? Could we see it, in the earlier rounds? From Virgil Ortiz, I feel like it's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, it seems like, he's going to try and have a bit of fun in there, though, Ortiz. He's been out for 17 months. 17 months, apparently, he's been out for. Yeah, I believe since August of 2022, Virgil Ortiz has not fought since. Yeah, Virgil Ortiz catching the jab from Lawson on his gloves fairly simply at the moment. He's just trying to find his range at the moment, Ortiz. Trying to step in well. Trying to find his range, stepping in well with the jab. Good jab up top there by Ortiz. Ortiz there with a big shot to the body. Heard that impact there. It's a big shot. Got a minute left now in round one. Lawson going to the body with that jab. Ortiz going up top. Ortiz mixes his shots up really well. Very quick, very powerful. The most horrible fighter to be up against is a quick and powerful puncher. Good jab there by Ortiz. He looks like he has Lawson hurt here in the first. Ortiz is now really going for it. Can we see another first round finish? It's over already. You're joking, is it? They've already stopped the fight. And that's 2 first round knockouts in a row. They already stopped that fight. No, that's an early stoppage. It's that referee as well. Like, he was rocking him all over the place with the jab, but it's an early stoppage. Fredrick Lawson not happy. It's a very early stoppage. Very early stoppage. Lawson's team and corner are not happy. That's a ridiculously early stoppage. Is that Tim Means? Again, that referee. Referee. Hang on. What's that ref's name? Ref for hang on, is he rolling? But yeah, they're not happy with that stoppage at all. I think that's appalling. Oh, Tony Weeks, that's his name. Tony Weeks. Yeah, that's his name. Get him sacked from his job. That's an absolutely awful stoppage. That's an absolutely shocking stoppage. How much shocking stoppages is that man going to bloody have? That's an absolutely awful stoppage. It's by him as well, which is pissed me off even more. That's an early stoppage. Like, yes, Virgil Ortiz was just getting his rhythm going, and Virgil Ortiz was always going to end up winning that fight. But I thought Lawson was covering up all right. And we're still in that fight. That's an early stoppage, but there's no question about it. That is a very early stoppage. Yeah, Tony Weeks again with an early stoppage. Let's have a look at it again here. So, yeah, he rocked him there with a jab, Ortiz. That's a fantastic jab on the side of the head by Virgil. He's coming in with that right hand. Lawson's blocking these shots, taking them on the gloves. Virgil Ortiz with some good body work. But a lot of these shots, Lawson was just taking on the gloves there when, yes, he was rocked by the jab. There, Lawson. Yeah, great jab there. Caught him perfectly there, Virgil did. But Lawson was blocking the majority of those shots. That's an extremely early stoppage. That's such an early stoppage, man. That's a very early stoppage. Yeah, I think that's awful. I think we should get Tony Weeks sacked from his job. Honestly, but yeah, that's an awful stoppage in my opinion. He was not yes, he was rocked by the jab, but I don't see any reason why that fight got stopped. I just don't see why. Yeah, look, that fight was only going one way. I think we could tell. That fight was only only having one winner, which was Virgil Ortiz. And we could tell that from the seconds it started. But that's an early stoppage, though. That's a very early stoppage. Yeah, it's not as bad as the Rolly Barroso one that Tony Weeks did. It's not as bad as that one because it's not like he was up on Lawson was up on the cards or anything. But it's an awful one though. It is an awful stoppage. That's an extremely early stoppage, and Tony Weeks needs to be talked about. You can't keep on doing this. You can't keep on doing this. This is two big stoppages, two early stoppages, and two big fights on a big stage. And Tony Weeks strikes again. And see what Virgil says. Virgil said something with the jabs. True. Virgil thought everyone was booing him, but no. Everyone's just going after the referee. Ortiz was doing a good job. Ortiz was doing a good job, but it's the referee that's messed up. Rowley and Boros. Oh, is that one? Yeah. I think they should sack him. But yeah, Tony Weeks making another massive mistake once again. Probably going to need to make a separate video on the guy at some point. You can't keep on making these mistakes, referee. You can't. But yeah, no, look. Virgil was doing. You can't take too much away from Virgil. Virgil was doing good. Virgil was doing a good job, and he was only going one way. See what Virgil's saying. He's saying Tim Zhu. Tim Zhu. Yeah, I'd like to see that. That's what Virgil wants. He wants Tim Zhu. Wait, so he's moving back down to super welterweight then, I guess. If he's calling out Tim Zhu, he's moving back down to super welterweight because this was a middleweight one. Larry says O'Hara Davis getting sparked out in round one is one of the funniest things I've seen. 5 million payday, right in the trash. I mean, it's unfortunate, to be honest with you, but you know, obviously, you know, he does talk a lot. O'Hara Davis does talk a lot. I wanted him to win though, but yeah, I do get why people don't like him. I do see why people don't like him. Uh, uh, Yeah, so let's have a look at these stats. The total punches, 24 for Virgil Ortiz, 4 for Lawson. Virgil through 59, Lawson through 35. Okay, interesting. Interesting stuff. What's everyone saying then? What's everyone saying? Um, but yeah. So in our two main fights, in our co-main and in our main events, we we've seen we've seen two first round finishes. Two first round finishes. Um, yeah. Interesting stuff. Obviously, O'Hara Davis losing in that first round. Um, and obviously Ortiz losing in that first round. Ortiz winning in the first round. Sorry. Ortiz versus Tim Tszyu next. Yeah, I mean, I probably think that Tim Tszyu wins the fight. I probably think that Tim Tszyu wins that fight. To be fair, but I don't know. I'd probably root for Ortiz Jr. Larry says Ronnie looks great after tonight. At least this fight with Barroso was competitive. Barroso is a great one for. It's a great 140. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say. I do feel like Rowley. I feel like I wouldn't say Rony looks great. Like he was getting beat in that last fight against Burrow. So I wouldn't say it was too competitive, but yeah, Rony was taking some good shots and was showing a good chin in that fight with Barroso. So he wants about Rony beat. So yeah, exactly. I think Rony has shown a good chin, and you know that fight proves it. Like you you do have a good point there, to be honest. Rowley, you know, shown that you know he does have a good chin, and all to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, somebody in boxing said Morrison beat Rowley in the rematch. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. It might have just been a really proper off night for Rowley. I think it's a good fight. I think Rowley and Barroso in a rematch is a good fight. I think Barroso's hungrier than ever. But I feel like Rowley's also going to be out there wanting to prove a point, though. I feel like you know they've both got a point to prove to each other, Barroso and Rowley. I think it's a great fight to make. I want to see it again, and yeah, like we should do. Hopefully, I think it's a great fight. It's a very exciting one in my opinion. That rematch is going to be good. Yeah, and I feel like it'd be closer than that first one. It will be closer than that first one, to be honest. You know, let's be real. Rowley is going to be doing better than what Davis did, 100%. But yeah, Larry says Rowley isn't a great technical fighter. He's got power and he's a good physical fighter. Very good at utilizing the clinch, but technically at a mediocre level. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. From what I'm hearing from Golden Boy matchmakers, maybe things hang on, I can get up a bit. From what I'm hearing from Golden Boy matchmaker Rick Laser, Rowley is going to fight Ryan next for the WBA title. I've heard that as well, actually. Yeah, I was hearing that earlier. Apparently, obviously, Rowley wants to fight with Ryan now. He said on Insta a few days ago, while Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney were negotiating a fight. Then apparently earlier today, Ryan Garcia came out and said, "Oh yeah, I'm going a different route now. I'm focusing on Rolly. But honestly, though, it's more fair that Barroso gets that rematch first, though, I feel like, and then possibly the winner of that fights Garcia. I feel like that makes the most sense. I mean, Garcia didn't even fight too long ago, though, to be honest with you. But I feel like it's a difficult one, to be fair. Like Barroso is the interim champ. Barroso would get his payday, but he will step aside for Ryan Maroney, which is a big money fight. Yeah, like he might. Yeah, to be fair, he might get paid to step aside, and then he'll eventually get the fight. But yeah, Ryan Rowley is a fight that I do feel like us fans most want to see. Like, I think it's a great stylistic matchup. I think Ryan beats Rowley, definitely. I think Ryan beats him, but overall, star-wise, I feel like it's a real good clash of styles, which makes it a really exciting fight. To be honest with you, it is one that I want to see, but I want to see Rowley versus Barroso, and I want to see Rowley versus Garcia. But yeah, what might happen is Garcia. Barroso might be paid to step aside, and then we get Rowley versus Ryan, and the winner fights Barroso. Barroso might want to take a bit of time off anyway. I don't know, but it certainly is an interesting. It certainly is an interesting time, of course, in that super lightweight division at the moment. It's a winnable fight for Ryan. Rowley is the power to hurt. Has the hurt Ryan, but we saw in the previous sparring sessions how competitive that fight could be. No, I didn't actually watch this sparring session. It's probably will have to. No, I've not seen this sparring session. Probably have to check it out. Could give us more of an idea of what that fight could go like. But yeah, like no matter what, it's a real good matchup. No matter what, even though Rowley didn't look great in his last one, but I feel like Ryan Garcia is definitely a fight that massively motivates Rowley. But again, the Barroso rematch would as well because he wants to prove a point. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting one. Anyway, guys, I'm probably going to do a few reviews for the fights, of course. I can't really review too much. They're both 2 first-round finishes, but yeah, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to have to talk about Ohara Davis' next steps in his career. Obviously, with the whole Ryan Garcia, Rowley, and Barroso situation, we're going to have to talk about as well. And obviously, Virgil Ortiz, what's going to be next for him? He's called out Tim Tszyu, but I'm looking to move back down to super welterweight, which will, of course, be interesting to see what happens there. But yes, anyway. Interesting times, of course. Anyway, make sure you guys drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Check out my reviews. They'll be out in the next, probably get them out like inside the next half an hour or so. So check them all out. Anyway, gonna stream here. Thanks for watching the video, King. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Peace out.